Hello, hello, hello! It's Dharma Talk Tuesday! I'm your host, Julie Surratt. And today's not just Dharma Talk Tuesday, it's also my birthday! So thank you all for joining. Thank you for joining in the birthday celebration in the Dharma Talk Tuesday. In about half an hour, one of my friends is picking me up and taking me on a birthday surprise. So she and Matt kind of like planned and orchestrated a whole surprise thing for me today. And he's actually in the training room right now, supporting with the leadership training. So I don't know what's happening. Anyway, let's get into today's topic. Matt took me to Disneyland where's Duke? I'm concerned that I can't hear him. When you can't hear him, that usually means he's up to trouble. I guess I'll find out in a little bit later. Okay, so he took me to Disneyland on Sunday as such a, I truly felt like a princess. It was such a cool experience and adventure and surprise, and he took care of everything. I mean, he took, like, from the dog sitter to the, like, everything. Like, I didn't have to do anything. And for somebody who runs their own business and is taking care of everything all the time, honestly, that's like one of the biggest gifts you can give them. So it was so much fun. Oh my gosh, Nick, thank you. And I got a beautiful, and Chandra's here too. I got such a beautiful little birthday present from them. So thank you both so much. And thank all of you for your birthday wishes right now. I so appreciate all of it. So let's get into today's topic. I was shocked. I'm gonna go straight for it. I was shocked when at 9 p.m. the show Fantasmic starts at Disneyland. And what that means is hearts and likes if you've ever experienced it, or if you've been there, or if you know what I'm talking about, just so I know how much background information to give. So hearts and likes if you know what I'm talking about. But basically, Diane knows what I'm talking about. So basically, there's this like really extravagant show in one of the main parts of the park, and there's like this whole background, and there's like a lake, and there's Mickey Mouse like propped up at the very top, like at the top of the lake, on like this platform thing, and like villagey kind of looking thing. And the announcer starts explaining what Fantasmic is, like what the show is about. And as she's explaining what the show is about, my jaw literally starts to like drop, and I start to make this face, and I look at Matt, and we look at each other like, is this really happening right now? And I happened to find, and this is where my like scientific research investigation part of me comes in from my previous chapter of my life. I happened to find the script. Oh, it's hot in here, and that feels really good. Woo! I happened to find the script from Fantasmic, from the show, so I can actually read you what the narrator said. I mean, this is mind-blowing. I had no idea manifesting was this mainstream. So I'm going to go into this in just a second. So here's what the narrator said. I'm going to read it right now, okay? She said, "Welcome to Fantasmic. Tonight, our friend and host, Mickey Mouse, uses his vivid imagination to create magical imagery for all to enjoy. Nothing is more wonderful than the imagination. For in a moment, you can experience a beautiful fantasy or an exciting adventure. But beware, nothing is more powerful than the imagination, for it can expand your greatest fears into an overwhelming nightmare. Are the powers of Mickey's incredible imagination strong enough and bright enough to withstand the evil forces that invade Mickey's dream? You are about to find out. For now, we invite you to join Mickey in the experience Fantasmic, a journey beyond your wildest imagination." I mean, hello. I'm like, what is happening right now? And I'm looking around at, this is the important thing that I really want you guys to hear. I'm like looking around at people's reaction to what was just said. And I'm like, notice, like, is anyone hearing what, because here's the thing, like, manifesting is mainstream. Like literally, there were tens of thousands of people in the park in that moment. Like, tens of thousands of people were literally given in that moment the key to change their reality, to make their world better, to change everything. And I'm like noticing how distracted everyone is. And I'm noticing how not present people are, how they're like talking, or they're zoned out, and it's so crazy because you guys, this is the thing, the answers are literally right in front of you. I mean, I watched it happen. The answer that a lot of these people were honestly probably looking for in their life, it was right, on their phones, exactly, Diane, right in front of them. It literally, like, this is it. This is everything. And they missed it. And here's why. It's because their energy set point was vibrating around here. And when your energy set point is at a certain place, it doesn't matter if the answer is right in front of you. You won't hear it, you won't see it, you won't get it. And that's why it's so important to shift your energy set point. That's why it's so important to pay attention to how powerful you are and what you are creating. You have the power to create something different. You have the power to create something extraordinary. And if you're not experiencing exactly what you want in your reality, like sometimes it's hard for people to hear, I'm creating my reality, like what the, like they want to blame their circumstances because then they're off the hook. But when you take full responsibility for what you're creating in your reality, what you're manifesting, it's actually very empowering. It is the most powerful place for you to stand. And that's, yeah, so Brian, hi Brian, he says, Walt Disney was the master of imagination and manifestation. Yes. And he got it, and that culture is getting carried through, like the scripts and everything, and the movies and everything. And it's so mainstream, and yet so many people miss it, and so many people are struggling, and so many people are suffering. So like I said, I printed the whole script because I'm kind of an investigator like that. Like, you guys, listen to this, okay? So here we go. Someone sings and says, see it in your mind and you can find in your imagination mysteries and magic, visions fantastic, leading to strange and wondrous dreams. See it in your mind. And then you keep going, okay? So you keep going. And like, I couldn't honestly hear the majority of this because there were tens of thousands of people in the crowd. So I couldn't see most of it. See it in your mind and you can find in your imagination tales of enchantment, beauty, and romance happily ever after. This is not some Pollyanna, unrealistic thing. Like, this is reality, okay? This is reality. Okay, and then of course the Beauty and the Beast theme song, which you all know. I don't need to sing that one to you. And then the Little Mermaid theme song. What would I pay to spend a day? Take it away, folks. Okay, there was another thing I wanted to, read here. This is so incredible. And then, of course, like, the Jafar comes in, like, the evil energy comes in, like, your ego, the limitation parts of you, the naysayers, the parts of you that say you can't, that there's no way, that it's impossible, the skeptic. Maybe that's even like the voice in your own head that comes in and says, it's not possible, there's no way, right? And then Jafar comes in. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's like, this is reality, you guys. Where did it go? It's time to say goodbye, right? There's threateningness. Okay, wait, I want to find the other thing that I was looking for. Okay, and then the Cruella de Vil and the old hag. Okay, here we go. See it in your mind and you will find in your imagination mysteries and magic, visions fantastic, leading to strange and wondrous dreams. Dreams are make-believe, but could they all come true? In your imagination, here in your mind, it's magic you'll find when out of the night, dark forces ignite to blind you with frightening speed. You use your might to brighten the light, creating a night of wondrous deeds. Hello, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I preach about every week on Dharma Talk Tuesday. And then, I think there's like a battle or something. Oh no, that was it. That was the conclusion. So yeah, there was like, he killed a dragon and all kinds of crazy things happened. So I wanted to distill like some of the main points that, oh gosh, it's so hot. I wanted to distill some of the main points that were brought to the surface in this show. Rather than reading the whole script to you, I just want to distill some of the main points because there's gold in here, you guys. And whether it's a time at Disneyland where you're there and you like find yourself in the presence of this magical show, or you're, you could be anywhere. But like the answers that you're seeking, the clarity you're looking for, the confidence, the conviction, the discernment, the wisdom, it's right in front of you. Just like the wisdom that I just read was right in front of all these tens of thousands of people, and I promise you the majority of them were struggling and suffering. They couldn't see. They were not at the vibrational level to match being able to receive that answer. So I want you to really hear what I'm saying. The answers that you are looking for the problem that you are encountering right now, it's right in front of you when you align to it. It is calling you in the same way that your heart is calling it. Like you're calling it, it's calling you. And you're the one that needs to align to that frequency, to that vibration. And the thing is, a lot of people like really insist on staying stuck because there's no responsibility with staying stuck. You know what I mean? Like you get to have excuses when you're stuck. You don't have to be responsible for massive teams of people, for managing billions of dollars or millions of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like that, these are the things that stop people from creating their dreams. And they blame it on their circumstances, or they blame it on X, Y, and Z, and they say, no, I need this certification, I need this qualification, I'm not this enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not qualified enough, I don't know the steps, I don't know, like, these are the things people tell themselves, and it's blocking the answers, the abundance, the man, the things that people want. Okay, so I'm gonna just go into these 3 points here. So here are the 3 points. The first one is this: decide your desire. So like when you're watching the show, Mickey's like, you should look it up. It's like probably on YouTube. It's like choo 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 choo. Like those are Star Wars noises, but you know what I'm talking about. Like he's making all kinds of incredible magic happen. There's like lights, and there's fireworks, and there's water, and there's like and then Beauty and the Beast come out, and then the Little Mermaid and the Prince come out, and like all these beautiful, amazing things are happening, and like scenes flashing from Lilo and Stitch, and like all these beautiful, amazing things, and he's like making it happen. But you can see it's like what it takes to make miraculous, beautiful things happen in your life is a decision, is clarity of desire. And that sounds so simple, but stop for a minute and really get like intimate with your heart right now and think to yourself, am I really clear about my desire? Am I actually really clear about my desire? You know, I spend time in that question every single morning. And for somebody who like knows so much about this, I've been studying it for almost 2 decades, like circumstances shift, our heart shifts, the environment shifts, you know, like there's an economic crash coming soon, and I'm not trying to like prophesy negativity, like these are just, you know, like this is the roller coaster, these are the cycles, it's just part of the world, and it's like up to you to optimize and capitalize these flows, right? That's up to you. And that's a whole other story, but like, things are changing, and so you need to check in with your desires frequently. It's not just a one-time thing. So I check in every single morning, and it's really interesting how like it takes effort, like it takes time and it takes effort every single day to really hone in on a very clear desire, to paint the picture, just in the same way of Phantasmic. Painting the picture. It's not wishy-washy. It's in no way, shape, or form unclear. It is crystal clear. So like stop for a minute right now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and really take a moment to identify, am I clear about my desires right now? Or am I like not totally locked in?
It's not totally crystallized. It's a little blurry. So that's an important question to ask yourself. That's the first thing that I learned from Mickey Mouse in the show. So that's the first thing. Chandra, my secretary, or whoever wants to take a note, write down number 1. First step is get clear on your desire. Get clear on your desire. That's step 1. Decide your desire. The second really incredible, really important thing that I learned from Mickey Mouse at Disneyland in the show Fantasmic was to be unshakable. So like the scary old hag comes along, the scary Snow White evil queen lady comes along, the dragon breathing fire comes along, and despite the magnitude of these challenges and how truly impossible each of these obstacles looks, like Mickey's still got that big grin on his face. He's still like, pew, pew, pew. Like, he's like clear. He's like, no, like you're not interrupting my dream. You are not interrupting my manifestation. It's time for you to go. I rebuke you. Go away. And then it's like, the dragon explodes and crumples, and it's like, lots of sound effects in today's Dharma Talk Tuesday. And so you need to be unshakable. And like, if you're honest with yourself, you need to really think about this. Like, am I really unshakable in my faith, in my desires, in my conviction? And like, if you're a human, probably not. And again, if you're not manifesting exactly the reality that you want to be experiencing, then probably not. So you're allowing room and allowing the voice of doubt, of fear, of I can't because, and like those fears are very insidious because they feel very real. Like they really feel very real. And like, you guys, I've been in a situation before where my bank account was in the negative. Like I've been in that situation. Like, welcome to entrepreneurship. That happens. And like it's so powerful to, and this is not about being in denial. It's so powerful to be in the space of unshakability, even in a circumstance like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's normal to go through the ups and downs in life until you learn. And then of course that happened. And then I was like, oh, like I need to have like a slush fund for like, you know, all the various expenses that I have and the like ebbs and flows that I have as an entrepreneur. Cause it's not like I have like a regular income like normal people. And that was just a lesson, and I learned it, and now I have that, and we're good. You know what I mean? But like at the time when you're going through that, like that's the shit that knocks people over. And ask any successful entrepreneur, they've all almost gone bankrupt at some point. And thank God, knock on wood, I've never been bankrupt, and I hope to never go bankrupt. But like, we have our scary moments. And if it's not through that for you, maybe it's through a broken heart, or maybe it's through something that you're dealing with like physically, like something that you need to heal physically in your body. It's no different. It's honestly no different. It's dealing with the same principles of faith and unshakability and unwavering conviction in that desire and in the possibility of that desire. So the second thing, whoever is taking notes is, and typing it in, is unwavering conviction, is unshakability, unshakability, unshakability. Again, it sounds simple, a lot harder than it sounds, but so important. And that's principle number 2. And then the third thing I learned from Mickey Mouse at Disneyland during the show Fantasmic is what to do when the naysayers come along. So one of the things that causes shakeability is when the naysayers come in and they're like, you can't, or like, what did it say in the script? It was like your dream is over, or what did Jafar say? I mean, like lots of mean things, you know, Jafar, the dragon, the queen, Ursula, let's not forget Ursula, oh my gosh. And Ursula, now you will deal with me. And now you'll see how snake-like I can be. I mean, this is like, it sounds funny,
Power, this is what Jafar says. Power, he's a genie at this point, and he says, power, Mickey's universe is mine to command, to control. Hades rules. I mean, like, this is the stuff, I mean, it's like, it sounds like a joke, but like, this shit's real. Like, this is the kind of stuff that like messes up your world, messes up your reality, like messes up your manifestation. And whether it's like a person, like a well-meaning person who just is trying to give you good advice, and they're like, you can't afford that thing, why would you invest in that? If someone had told me, like if I had listened to the advice around me when I was starting my business, I would still probably be at a job I hated, making $25,000 a year, like unhealthy. God, I can't even imagine it. Like, that sounds like hell. That sounds like hell on earth. Thank God I did not listen to the naysayers outside of outside of me and inside of me, because your voice can be a naysayer too sometimes, right? Like the difference between like your ego and like that protection voice and your heart, like it's a different voice. It's a fear voice. And then there's like the people outside of you who say things like someone actually in my family said to me, who are you to be an entrepreneur? Who are you to be a coach? Like somebody said that to me. Some people think that, but somebody actually said that to me. And like, if I had listened to those voices and let that shake me up and disrupt my unshakability, disrupt the decision I made about my desire and my vision, there is no way I'd be living in a house on the beach in a Dharma Talk Tuesday chair, doing what I love, like living this incredible life in Southern California. Like there's no way. And so it's really important to know how to deal with those naysayers. And I want this is like kind of in jest and kind of like meant to be funny, but it's also serious. The way that Mickey dealt with the naysayers was swiftly, decisively, powerfully, and with a big grin on his face. And we know that that grin doesn't move because he's like, you know, Mickey, he's like a big thing. But that's actually an important part of it. Because when you stoop to that lower vibration, there's Stoop. Playing guard dog. When you stoop to that lower vibration, hey, off. Duke, off. There's other dogs out. Good boy, off. Good boy. When you stoop to that lower vibration, that is exactly what you are going to attract. So remember, where your attention goes, energy flows and your results show. So if you find yourself dancing the other dance of the naysayers that are in your head or outside of you, that is exactly what you're going to be creating. So remember what Mickey did. He was powerful, he was decisive, he was rapid, like quick in the way, like boom, like he like handled it. He handled it with a big smile on his face. Imagine walking through your life with that kind of operating system. Like when a challenge or an obstacle emerges, you have a smile on your face, you're positive, you're looking up, you're looking at, okay, what's the solution instead of, okay, what's the problem? You're decisive, you deal with it rapidly, and you're powerful and clear in exactly what you're creating instead. I mean, imagine if you lived your life that way. And because of that, of course, Mickey regained control of his dream, and then out came, what's her face from Frozen, Elsa, and her guy, and all the characters, Snow White, like all the characters, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Goofy, our good friend Goofy, like everyone came out on the cruise ship, hey, off. Everyone came out on a cruise ship to celebrate, because that's what happens when you're high vibe. Like people want to celebrate with you, you're magnetic, you're attractive, people want to be in your space, and then everyone's happy. And again, this is not a Pollyanna dream. Like this is reality. This is literally how life can be on earth. And I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying you won't be dealt challenges, but it's how you deal with those challenges. If you operate from these three principles, the way that you'll move through those challenges and what you'll manifest out of them is completely different than what you would experience otherwise. And that's how you stay high vibe. That's how you stay consistently prosperous. And that's how you manifest, honestly, miracles. And that's how you get yourself out of the pattern or the consistency of being in that scarcity, challenging, frustrating, low vibe space. So I hope that's helpful. I can't do as long for this Dharma Talk Tuesday because Cole's gonna be picking me up soon to go on my birthday adventure, but I wanted to come in and see, oh my gosh, buddy Zena, hi, Giselle, hello, thank you for the compliment. This is my birthday dress today. Lily, good to see you here. I understand what you mean about the naysayers. Yep, they can't stop you, exactly. Thank you, Marie. Carrie, thank you for being my note takers. Lata, thank you. We've got lots of friends on here. I'll come back and say hi to you all later. I'll come back and say hi later. But the final thing I wanted to say is that if this is resonating with you, and if you're like, oh, I need some support around this, I'm so happy to say that I have officially launched my new baby, and I'm so excited about it. I was literally working on it till midnight last night. Like, some people go out and celebrate and go out and like party and stuff on the night of their birthday. I was here cuddling with Duke on my laptop, preparing for the birthday sale that went live today. And it's for my brand new course called Money Manifestation Secrets. Hearts and likes if you're excited about it. Many of you have already joined. I'm really excited about it because what it does is it gives you the foundation that will cause you to be unshakable, to help you get absolutely clear in your desire to vulnerably and riskily put your stake in the ground and say, hey, this is what I'm creating. I am clear that this is what I'm creating and nobody can take me off of this. And we're gonna go through 4 different things. It's a 4-week module. So it's actually the lowest cost item I've ever put out on the market ever. And there's even a payment plan to make it even more affordable. I just literally, I mean, it's so powerful, it's so key, it's so life-changing that I didn't want anyone to have a reason to not do it. So I'm gonna post the link in the thread here when I hop off. Or if any of you have it from my email, you're welcome to post it too. But basically, I just want to go over the 4 things that we do in the course. The first thing is you identify your desire. As I said, and that's what I learned from Mickey, you have to know what you're manifesting. And that clarity of desire is going to cut. I have such a funny story. I was at one of my favorite coffee shops yesterday, and I thought in my head that I wanted to get eggs and arugula and toast with butter. Like, I thought that in my head. But then when I said, I was like, I don't need butter. And when I was ordering my breakfast, I was like, eggs and arugula and toast and cream cheese. And that's what I heard, she repeated it back to me. She put the order in. And when I sat down and received my food, guess what I got? I got toast and butter. And I couldn't even be upset because I knew that my process, like my thoughts and my intention and my desire is so powerful that it trumped what she actually put in the register in the order, and I still got the thing that I was thinking. Like, that's how powerful your desire is. It's not a coincidence, it's not an accident. Like, this is your reality. So you guys, as soon as you get clear on and identify your desire, it can't not happen. And so if you're, again, this is one of the 4 key things that if you're missing it, you need to have it. So that's the first thing we do in Money Manifestation Secrets. The second thing is you learn how to be unshakable. How to be so unwavering. I don't think so. Come here. Hey, come here. He's going after a car. I can hear him right now. He's going to start barking. He's over there on the balcony. It's just, he knows he can't bark. He's just watching. He's like, I can hear his thoughts. He's like, I want to bark so bad. Okay, back to it. So be unshakable. You must be so unwavering in your conviction, and it takes discipline, it takes rigor, and it takes focus. It's like being ninja level powerful in the way that you use your mind. Your mind is the gateway to your world. And if you find yourself like distracted and meandering and you're like do, like when you sit down to do your manifesting work, that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You need to learn to be unshakable and unwavering. The second thing is how to deal with the naysayers, like we talked about. So I'm not gonna go over that again. And then the final thing that Mickey didn't talk about, but that I know based on my own experience, is that you need to learn how to feel. And one of the things that I've discovered is really hard for people is that they don't actually know how to feel the thing. Like, you want to feel the consequence of the thing that you're calling in and desiring. I feel like that might be my friend waiting for me. So I'm going to wrap this up. I hear a car outside. She might be trying to call me in a second. So you want to feel the thing that you want to align to. And I know that that's esoteric, and that's why I created a course on it, quite honestly, because it requires a deeper digging, like it requires a depth in order to really get it. And so the course, Money Manifestation Secrets, is on sale until tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern, so I'll post the link here. And it's actually live calls with me, so it's at a crazy low price to get live calls with me, and one-on-one support with a Facebook group and modules and self-study and all of that. It's awesome. I'm so excited about it. A lot of you have already joined, and I want to invite as many of you in as possible. Like I said, the investment's going to go up in like 12 hours, less than that now. So I would recommend hopping on the bandwagon like ASAP if you want to save money. Like, why the hell not, you know? And that's it. So I'm super excited for birthday time. Time to go celebrate. Thank you for joining me on my birthday for Dharma Talk Tuesday. Please hit the share button on this post if you know anyone else who would be inspired and excited about this topic, who's ready to really like be empowered and take control in their lives and do powerful things in the world. That, you know, it's your dharma, like that's your duty, that's what you're meant to do, that's what you're put here to do. There's a reason why you were put here, and it's your responsibility and obligation to fulfill on that. So I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week at 6 o'clock Pacific on Dharma Talk Tuesday.